Hey everybody, Jess will not be in tonight. I'll be the one teaching the Zoom class for you guys. It's done with, well, she'll be back start of the year. So I'm just gonna give everybody a few minutes to get on here so we can. Can everyone hear me okay? You guys can
I
take
can
it.
hear you.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna get started now. So real quick, for those of you who don't know me or weren't here for the couple weeks ago and Jess introduced me, my name is Malik. I'm one of Jess's students from, I want to say 2020. And tonight I'm going to be going over gold. That's all I trade. That's what I've been most successful with. And I'm pretty much going to start with you guys from a main structure standpoint, and then I'll go down to minor structure, and then I'll give you guys a few things to look out for. And then whatever questions you guys have, just hold them to the end, and then I'll answer a few questions, and then we'll get out of here. It should be fairly quick. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so a few weeks ago, we had gold over here at this ascending channel, and I believe this was the last time I kind of gave you guys my bias or update on that. But what I want you guys to understand is the main structure fib, like it's like a super fib, I guess you would call it. But from point A to point B, gold retraced to 100%, right? And so then it hit the -27, started consolidating, gave a little bit of a channel, and then fell. And then we're finally at the -618, right? Can anybody tell me what the -618 means as far as what you've been learning from Jess?
Reversal.
Correct, reversal. So based off that, I would say that's one of the things I'm looking for as far as price currently is to reverse here at some point sometime soon. Another reason why I'm personally seeing that gold will reverse is this zone that it's currently at. So if you look left, you can see that it's been resistance before and also prior support as well. So that would be my second reason or my second confluence for reverse. And then can anybody else tell me what you're seeing right here and here?
Divergence.
Divergence.
Great. You guys been paying attention. Cool. So we have -618, major zone that gold has been testing at that we see over here multiple times. We also have divergence forming. So I would say it's safe to say that we're looking for a sell at some point, sometime soon. There's something else I wanted to point out. So arrows. So, okay, yeah, so that was a good point. We have the trend line. It's testing the back of this trend line, but structure hasn't broken, you know? So I'm gonna zoom in on this real quick. And what I mean by that is structure hasn't broken so far from like a main structure standpoint. It's not like just ready to fall just yet. We have to have some more confluences and things. So dropping down to our lower time frames, I made a note right here. Let's see. Currently, I'm looking for price to come down to this purple zone, right? And I said, see if we get a clear break right around here. And if we do get the clear break of this zone, then I would say tell you guys and settle it down. So you guys know that once you get a break of structure, the next thing to do is to catch the retrace. So that would mean once we get this break, you want to draw your fib, right? Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, if we get some kind of support around here, then we can expect price to push back up, and then we have to be patient and see what it.
He's
So,
saying watch it around 7.
I'm saying watch it around this purple zone. So 1789.
1789.
Yeah. Currently, I have price coming down to 1789.
Don't apologize.
And I'm saying we need to watch and see what it does here, whether it supports and pushes back up and retest this blue trend line, or if we get a break of this purple zone and then retest and then catch that. Make sense?
Got it.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
I tried clearing up a lot of like my minor structure fibs so you guys can see all this clear as possible. One other thing I want you guys to note is FOREX Factor. If you haven't, we have a lot of red folders that come this week. So from Tuesday pretty much till Friday, it's a lot of USD folders indicating things that have to do with inflation projections, and things of that nature. So do you guys understand red folders and how to read them, like just in a basic form pretty much? Or
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
red have the most impact.
correct. So
I never really read it like that.
okay, so I'll click on this folder for an example, right? When you see this right here, right? This is more so the fundamental side of trading, and it's a lot to it gets deep, but if you want to keep it in just like its most simplistic form, you can check this out right here. This statement says actual greater than forecast is good for currency. So if the forecast is, I don't want to put it. So if the actual number drops, right, and it turns out to be greater than the forecast, can somebody tell me what that means?
It's good news.
Say again?
That means USD would be buying.
Correct. So that means that
Causes
the dollar has gotten stronger, which means gold is going to go up in relation to the dollar versus gold. Now, if the actual comes out less than the forecast projected, then that means gold is going to do what?
Will be bearish.
So you're going to see that over here as well. But that's just kind of like a quick 1-2 as far as what I wanted you guys to see with that. But make sure you guys are paying attention. If price decides to spike up and let's say break this strong blue zone that we have, then I would say just be patient because it could retest and then shoot higher based off of what's happening in the news, or it could shoot down bearish like we're saying.
Just to recap on the actual versus the forecast, did you say if the actual is less than the forecast, it's going to be bearish? And vice versa?
Yes.
Okay.
So right over here, right? If the actual is less than, so it's kind of like if you see it in red, then that means it's weak. If you see it in green, that means it's strong. Make
Right.
sense?
Yes, thank you.
No problem. And oftentimes you guys can see that reflect on the markets as well. News oftentimes does push your analysis in the right direction, but there are times where you can get stomped out or like wicked out or whatever before it continues in your direction. I would just say be cautious with that. So other than that, I mean, that's kind of what I got for you guys. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Do you normally go over the DXY?
I'm sorry.
I'm asking if you go over the DXY.
I don't normally look at the DXY, but I can look at it for you guys, and then I can drop that in the chat. But I'm saying, like, do you guys have anything for a gold specific?
Yeah, I got some on go. Hello?
I can hear you.
Yeah, my camera's not working, but I do have gold. I think it's on my minor structure. I got it.
Confluences. Price still sitting at negative 61.8, testing a major blue zone, the daily zone. Divergence on higher time frames, divergence on lower time frames, some wick exhaustion on the 4-hour. See if we get a clean break and retest of 1789. If not, catch retest
That's rude. He
and
asked a
sell.
question.
If price supports this zone, look for price to push up
Somebody's
again.
reading the notes, so they need to mute their mic.
Can you guys please mute your mic? So his name was Mike or something. Malcolm.
Okay.
Ma-
But yeah,
Are you there?
my confirmation that I have is I have divergence, kind of like how you put I got it hitting my 78. Hold on. I got it hit like I got it hitting my 78.6, which is like why it's probably dropping right now. And I got it on my analysis, I said I have it pushing up to like right where you have it, and then it'll push down some more. So but for me personally, I'm preparing for a buy when it comes all the way down.
Okay, so you're saying you're expecting the price to come down here and then push up?
Yeah, like I expect I don't have a probably like 1784 or 5 or something like that.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, that's whatever your confluences are, you can go with that. I'm just speaking on what I'm seeing.
Okay.
But this is why I have an alert set right here, because this is going to be a real pivotal point where the price decides to respect this small zone here and push up, or breaks retest. Does anybody else have any questions?
Are you using any minor fib structure on this 30-minute?
I do use a lot of minor fib structures, but like I said, I know we have a lot of people who haven't taken Jess course, so I didn't want to do too much or have this looking at you guys. So I mean, you could take a fib right here and see from point A to point B. I mean, 30.38%, and then shot up, and then it's at negative fibs for minor structures.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Anybody else?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Would you consider where the price, where that structure is going up, where that, I guess that's your main trend line right there. Would you consider that an ascending channel?
This right here?
Yes.
I mean, I can see how you would say that. So I mean, yeah, it would make sense. Because I mean, I have that as a note too. Verges on lower time frames right there. There.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't see that. I was just looking at it when you zoomed in a little closer, and I'm like, that could be a little bit of an indication too that a sale was.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, I want to thank you for tuning in tonight.
I have one last question. So basically, when the DXY goes up, that means gold will go down.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That was it. I was in doubt.
I have a question, Malik.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you said that if price respects this minor zone, right, then we can look to take buys. Would you take a small buy up to the black trend line, or you'd have to wait to see if it breaks the blue one first?
So if price comes right here and respects this, then we can look to push up. I mean, you could take it up to the blue line, but it's one of those things where we're gonna have to wait and see. But in order for you to take this buy, you're gonna want to see like wick exhaustion and some kind of like minor structure, bullish candle, bullish candles come into play.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem. Anybody else?
I just want to say I like how your charts are so clean. That's what I'm struggling with, is keeping my charts clean.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you just got to get rid of like all the noise and just kind of let price do what it does. And the more you guys sit on your hands and wait, I'll honestly tell you, the more money you'll make. This is my first time trying to explain all this, so like, forgive me if I sound a little nervous or a little all over the place, but being patient is the best thing you could possibly do in order to be. I think that's not enough, because patience is something I have to work on.
Yeah.
So if you're in question about what's happening right now, just kind of keep what we talked about in take note of what we talked about tonight and then kind of let price do what it does and then revisit and see what happens. But like I said, keep an alert set for when news is going to drop this week because money's going to be made for sure.
So Malik, I have a question. Based upon the structure that you have there, that blue line, uptrend line there, and you see that the price right now breaks it right now. So basically, I'm looking at it like this. It breaks it now, so I'm waiting for a retest of that blue uptrend line in order to buy it to go down. Would you consider that a possibility?
I'm sorry. Okay, so you're saying, am I considering this break? You're asking me if this trend line is going to retest and then sell?
Yes, based upon because it seems like
that's a possibility. But like I said, you want to see more of a like the thing about it is y'all like I don't want to explain this. Structure is structure and trend lines are trend lines. So until structure breaks, you won't have that bias for a sell. Like I can draw this as an uptrend all day, but until this low is broken, it's not a valid sell. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like I said, it can come here, respect, and then drop and come here and push up. But like your safe bet is to wait for this zone to break if you're gonna.
Okay, I got you. Thanks. Thank you.
No problem. All right, guys. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Like I said, I'll drop some updates.
Okay.
Go ahead. This is the last question.
Okay. My question is real simple. It's regards to like, I know you were talking about being patient. In regards to your trading plan, do you have like a specific amount of trades that you take per week? Or is there like a max or a min? I think I'm just struggling waiting on my hands and not taking too many trades and like jumping in way too early because I'm trying to meet this, if that kind of makes sense. Or what's your like opinion on that?
I think it really has to do with your kind of trading style. Are you a scalper? Are you a swing trader? Do you know?
Day trader.
Say again?
Day trade.
No, so like everybody here is, I don't mean no disrespect when I say this. Everybody here is a day trader per se, but it's like you got scalpers who primarily trade off like the lower time frames, 15 minutes, that kind of thing. So oftentimes they're in and out. And then you got swing traders who they'll take a trade, 8 a.m. and they'll let that thing swing till 1, 2, 3, or maybe the next day, depending on how the move is playing out.
Okay, more of a swing trader then.
Okay. So if you're more of a swing trader, then I would say your main thing is you need to be more patient. Don't worry about so much the small moves, even though like they can't add up to the big moves. But if you want to be a swing trader, you're gonna have to do a lot of sitting on your hands and just waiting. But the good thing about it is when it's time to get paid, you're gonna get paid.
Okay, bet. Thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that answers my question.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, like I said, I'll drop some updates throughout the week later on. So just keep in mind what we talked about and be patient and have a good week. I'll see you later.
Thanks, Malik.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Malik.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Malik.
All right, thanks, Malik.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Malik.
There's paper on there.